What is going on, guys, and welcome to the brand new Dead by Daylight Survivor Guide. If you're clicking on this video, you're probably wondering, what is Dead by Daylight? How do I play? Well, no worries. We've got you covered in this video. We're going to teach you how to play Survivor as a beginning. We're going to teach you what you need to be doing in the games. We're going to teach you a great basic loadout and build for you guys to use in your games. And if you stay till the end, we're going to have an advanced build for you guys to work towards. So whether or not you're a brand new player in Dead by Daylight, or maybe you've got a little skin in the game and you just want to make sure you're doing everything right, this is the video for you. So let's start off with the basics, and that's the screen display here. Once we click in, what does all this stuff mean? Well, firstly, blood points will be in your top right. This is what the currency you use to level up your characters. You're going to need this. You'll get it naturally by playing the game. Shards. You also get this naturally by playing the game at a much lower rate. Shards can be used basically to get cosmetics or to unlock other characters as you play the game. So eventually you can unlock most characters with shards if you put enough in-game time in. And then this last one is gold, which is basically IRL dollars converted to in-game currency to buy your stuff quicker if you so pursue that route. Now on to the better stuff. So now you're probably just intimidated by Dead by Daylight because, well, actually, let's start with what is Dead by Daylight. So Dead by Daylight at its core is basically a glorified game of cat and mouse. There's a team of 4 who play as the survivors, whose objective is to repair 5 out of 7 generators in a match so that they can escape the trial. Meanwhile, the killer, who is the enemy, and I'm assuming you're not playing the killer, their goal is to, well, kill all the survivors. And that is basically the game in a nutshell. Both sides have different perks that let your characters do different things once in the games, but the only thing you really need to worry about right now is killer and survivor. So now let's talk about the survivors. Now you're probably intimidated because look at all the freaking survivors. Guys, there's so many survivors. It's like, how do you pick one to start? How do you level them up? What does all this gibberish mean? Let's keep it simple. You're going to be playing Meg Thomas to start out. But I would like to say that when you get a survivor to level 3, which means you spent a ton of blood points, you get them to level 1, and then it starts over. Then you can go to level 2, then level 3. Once you get a survivor to level 3, their perks will automatically be unlocked for every single character. So we're going to start with Meg, but as you play the game and as you progress and as you unlock more characters, don't worry, you'll be able to unlock all of their perks on all your other characters. So we'll start with Meg for 2 reasons. One, she's got 2 really good default perks. She starts off with Sprint Burst, Adrenaline, and Quick and Quiet. So for your beginner build, you're going to be wanting to use this setup right here. Now, let me just disclaimer, when you first pick your character, you will only have 1 free perk slot available. You get the second perk at level 5, level 15, level 10, and then level 15. So there is no way of getting around this weird little beginner phase where you actually only have to play with 1 perk while you're leveling up. Luckily, it won't take too long for you to level up, and it shouldn't take you too long to find these 2 perks in the Bloodweb either. Let me explain that first. As you play the game, you get what's called blood points. You can click on this to level up your characters, and as you progress through the Bloodweb, that's how you unlock perks, get items for your characters, add-ons, you name it, you'll get it. And then once you finish out this Bloodweb, that's when you prestige your character, and that's when you will unlock their perks for all the other characters. Simple enough. So you're gonna have to play a few games, you're gonna have to get a few blood points before you can actually get to like 15 to get 4 perks, but your goal, guys, and your beginner build is Sprint Burst. This is an amazing exhaustion perk, even if you do not know how to 99 your Sprint Burst yet. This is just a good perk. It lets you run really fast for 3 seconds. I wouldn't worry about wasting it as a beginner. You're just going to use it when you get it, and that's your only concern getting into Dead by Daylight. We'll talk more about 99ing and more advanced stuff later, maybe in a separate guide, but right now, just use Sprint Burst. It's amazing. Adrenaline. Also an amazing perk that doesn't require you to focus on anything, because this perk will automatically activate once the last generator pops. So once you do 5 gens, Adrenaline will heal you 1 full health state and make you run really fast for 150% speed for 5 seconds. The best part about it is that you don't have to think. It's just going to happen. Some games it won't happen if you don't get to the end game. But if you get to the end game, you're just going to get free value and a free heal unexpectedly, which is very, very good for beginners. And the next 2 perks, these are Deja Vu and Kindred. I highly recommend these because these are going to make your job in game so much simpler. And it's going to make it very easy for you to focus on what you need to be doing. because a thing a lot of beginner players suffer with is not actually prioritizing generators, and instead they get stuck hiding. Now I get it, you're new to Dead by Daylight, you're going to want to hide, but that is not the way to play Dead by Daylight. If you're not doing gens, you're not going to escape the trial. So you need to work on gens, and Deja Vu makes it easy because it'll always show you 3 generators that are closest together, and when you do those generators, you do get a 6% repair speed bonus. Not only that, but Deja Vu will save you from a 3-gen scenario, which is where the last 3 generators are close together and the killer can defend them very easily in the end game. So this is just a dummy-proof perk. All beginners should be using Deja Vu. Even advanced players should be loving on this perk. Kindred, also an amazing perk for beginners. Whenever there's a survivor on the hook, you'll be able to see all the survivor's auras and the killer's aura within 16 meters of the hook. So this is going to make it a lot easier for you to coordinate and see who's going for the rescue. Should you be the one going for the rescue? Is the killer camping the hook? Is the killer nearby? This is just a great intel perk for beginners who don't know where their teammates are at and don't know what's going on in the game. Now, how do you get Deja Vu and Kindred? Like we said, you get Adrenaline and Sprint Burst just by picking Meg Thomas, your free character. But these will have to be unlocked in the Bloodweb. So like I said, when you get some Bloodweb points, you go through the Bloodweb and you'll find them in the Bloodweb kind of just like this. So you just got to keep leveling up. It might take you a little while before you get all your perks, guys. It might take you a day or 2. I don't know how long you're playing to get the blood points you need to get these perks, but get this build together as fast as possible. Now, one more thing. There's 3 tiers of each perk. Notice all mine have 3 strikes. That just means as you get a higher tier, you get a better version of the perk. Mine are all maxed out, but don't worry about using the lowest level of the perk at the beginning because they basically do the same thing. And as you level up, you'll get the better versions naturally in the Bloodweb. So in time, eventually all your perks will be tier 3. So that's the build we're going to use. And I think we're going to hop into a game. One last thing, guys. Besides leveling up characters to unlock the rest of the perks, like we talked about earlier. So when you get everybody to tier 3, you can get everybody's perks on everybody. You can also go into the store, and every week, sometimes it's faster than that, they're switching out perks. They'll have 2 killer perks here, 2 survivor perks. This is a great way to get perks from a killer or a survivor that you don't have. If it happens to pop up here, you can get it without actually unlocking the character, which I've done plenty of times. It's only 2,000 shards, really not that bad at all. So now, my friends, we will hop into a few games, and I will teach you the basics of how to play Dead by Daylight and kind of what you should be doing while playing Dead by Daylight. So let's hop into some games. Oh, there's one last thing I forgot to mention, guys. The items tab. You can equip one item to take with you in your trial. Starting out, you will probably get a lot of med kits in your Bloodweb, so just use camping A kits. They're great. They give you 1 free heal, which can come in very clutch for you. As far as offerings go, I highly recommend you look for the ones that say grant extra blood points and use these with you every time you go into a trial so you can get extra blood points quicker. So that way you can get your perks leveled up quicker and level up your character quicker. So make sure you're bringing an offering with you as well. All right, guys, spawning in on our first demo game. And at the end of these games, I'll actually share you guys what perks and builds you should be going for next right after you get used to the game. So as you can see with Deja Vu, we are already seeing the 3 gens light up. So those are the 3 gens that are closest together. And if we work on them, we can do it with extra speed. So we're up against an artist. She shoots crows at you. Now I want to stress this, guys. There's a lot of different killers in Dead by Daylight. And the only way to learn what they all do and all their powers is just by playing the game. You can watch some videos to try to make it easier, but a lot of the stuff is going to be trial and error. So now I hear her terror radius, so I know she's coming kind of close to this area, but she's not here yet, so I'm going to keep working on this gen. And we'll keep working for a little bit. My teammate's getting chased, so here's the thing. Everybody wants to be working on gens to get them done as quick as possible. But when the killer's chasing you, your job is to waste as much of the killer's time as humanly possible. And the more time you can stall by running away from the killer and doing little cheeky tricks like dropping pallets or like looping buildings, the more time your teammates have to work on gens. So now my teammate's about to be hooked, so I'm just gonna lay low over here and get the rescue in a second. Oh, he's right here. So our kindred's gonna go off. So now we can see the killer's aura. Perfect demonstration here. So she's gonna be running off. We're gonna slow vault this. we don't make any sound. If we were running and did that, we'd make a lot of sound, and the killer would get notified. But we'll get this unhook, and we probably need to run off. Lots of stuff happening on the screen right now. Okay, she looks like she's coming for me. Oh yeah, she's coming. We gotta run. Eventually I'll discuss the display for you guys. Oh my god. Alright, we're going down. So she had a perk that makes me exposed, the skull icon on the right there, and that means you go down in 1 hit instead of 2s. So in Dead by Daylight, you actually get 2 hits before you go down. And there's a couple things, since now I've got some downtime I can explain to you. 1. Whenever you're running across the map, you will leave scratch marks. You cannot see your own scratch marks unless you use the perk Fixated, but killers can see your scratch marks, so that's one way they can track you. And scratch marks stay visible for about 6-7 seconds before they start to fade, but I think 10 seconds in total is the exact number. 2, when you're injured, you make noises, grunts of pains, which killers can use to find you, and you will also bleed, which is another way killers can track you. So when possible, try not to stay injured, because it just makes you a lot easier to get tracked. As far as healing goes, players can heal each other basically for free. It just takes 16 seconds. There's perks, medkits, add-ons, and things you can use to heal quicker. But yeah, Felix is going to heal me up. Alright. So I'm going to walk because I don't want to leave any scratch marks just yet, because I'm not sure where the killer's at. So that way they can't find me. So since I walked, she doesn't know I actually came over here. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to use my sprint burst to get my speed real quick. And we'll just get this unhook. And I need to tap this gen a little bit so it stops regressing. Hold on. Okay, perfect. Now, we do want to go work on the deja vu gens. Like I said, 3 gen is what we really want to break. And we get that 6% extra speed here. So notice I'm just using my sprint burst liberally. I'm not specifically saving it for anything. I'm just using it when I get it. Now we're going to work on the deja vu gen here. And looks like the killer's coming. I can hear the terror radius and I can see the visual heartbeat indicator. Both tell you how close the killer is. Unless it's a stealth killer. In that case, have fun. Alright, so we really need to get gens done. We're about to finish our first one finally, which is fantastic. Which means the next 3 gen is here in the middle of the map. Looks like she's going that way to investigate with Kindred. Looks like she's coming this way. So I'm going to walk off and not leave scratch marks. And I'm just going to hang low here for a second. I think she's going to come looking for us. Oh yeah, she is. Oh, alright, we got a sprint burst out of there. We got that speed boost, that really helped us. We're gonna have to drop this pallet. Luckily, we were no longer exposed. But we might get hit by the bird and die. Yeah, we're gonna die here. She came out from the flank. I thought she was trying to shoot me with her birds, so I kept trying to circle around. But this game isn't looking too hot for us, guys. So now we can talk about the HUD. On the far left, there is a display that shows basically what's going on with your entire team. It shows the amount of hook states you have. As you can see, I'm a 2nd hook state in, which means if I get hooked a 3rd time, I instantly die. You only get 2 lives in Dead by Daylight, guys. 3rd time, you're out. I'm gonna let Jeff heal me real quick. And you can see Felix is on the ground now, showed on the HUD, but we can also see him. You can see Ace is healing me with the healing icon. This basically tells you what everybody's doing at any given time. If teammates are on gens, that shows up too, as well as the gen progression meter. So now, since I'm dead on hook, the game changes a little bit. Like, if I let her kill me, then she's definitely going to have a really easy game. But if I can stay alive as long as possible, that means I'm alive to get rescues, I'm alive to help the team, I'm alive to do gens. But we got to just be very careful. We can't be playing too aggressive. So I can see with Kindred that one of my teammates is running for the rescue. So I am just going to stay on this gen over here. And honestly, I should probably go to the corner gen because it's safer. But I want to get this one done and then do that one next. So when you're on death hook, guys, it's very important to try to play as safe as possible. So try to avoid the killer. Don't do anything crazy. Stay out of the way, work on gens. Be careful with your scratch marks. So if I get hooked one more time, I'm dead. And if Alan Watts at the bottom there gets hooked one more time, he is also dead. Felix and Ace can still take one more hit, or one more hook state rather, which means they should be taking up most of the killer's time, but this killer's playing very well, so I don't think we'll actually be able to... I doubt we'll be able to escape this, guys. But we'll see. I think we're gonna go heal up over here. Looks like she's coming this way. Yeah, I don't know if I get him healed up in time, but I will try. So the next 3 deja vu gens are on the other side of the map. Okay, it looks like she's checking for him here. So I think he's gonna go for the rescue. And I gotta heal up this guy over here who's dead on hook. Now where's the artist though? Alright, she's going back for the hook. So now's my chance to heal up this dude. So we're in a tough spot right now because literally Felix is the only one who can get hooked. If she gets any one of us, we're going to be dead. Then we'll be at a severe disadvantage. So we got to go try and work on one of these deja vu gens. Like I said, why I love this perk, guys, is like if you are playing without deja vu, you don't see where any of these gens actually are, which is very hard as a beginner, especially on indoor maps. But luckily with deja vu, you get to just go straight to work, straight to the objective. And this is what you want to be doing, guys. I know it's going to be tempting to want to hide, especially against all the killers and the fact that you don't know what they're doing, but that's the worst thing you could be doing for your team. The best thing is doing gens. Second best thing is wasting the killer's time by looping the killer and stalling time. So now I really got to back up. I'm expecting she's going to come investigate that gen. I'm walking so I don't leave any scratch marks. I'm going to just be out of the way enough. And it looks like she's going the other way, which means it's going to be my job to get the rescue. Sprint burst a little bit. And yeah, we'll go. He's chasing our other teammate. Gotta get the homie quick. Hopefully our other teammate will stall some time. But I'm gonna get to work here. 2 gens left to go. It is possible. Oh. Oh, it's not good. We're exposed, so we're 1 hit and we're dead. But it looks like we're gonna lose Felix. I'm actually gonna hide in the locker here and try and go back to working on that gen once she leaves. I'm hoping she's gonna assume that I'm on a different gen. Okay, so she's gonna go check the opposite side of the map, which means now is my chance. Oh no, they finished it. So she knows they're over there. I don't think she's gonna expect me to be back on this one that quick. The exit gate looks like it's right there too, so if I can get this, we can get out. But I'm pretty sure she'll get at least 1 or 2 of my teammates. Yeah, okay, she's chasing them. We'll see how much time they can stall. Gens take about 90 seconds, so I need like another 25-30 seconds to get this done. Looks like we're losing Alan though. Ace is in the corner somewhere healing up. Oh, this is gonna be so close. It's gonna be so close. She's checking the gens. I might get the gen done, but I might not live. That's fine, I'm gonna keep working. Oh, this is close. Yeah, we gotta run. We'll try a looper for a little bit. Fortunately, we don't have any pallets here. I think there was a pallet back here somewhere. We might be dying. Oh, she's trying to shoot me though. It's like Ace is going onto the gen. She just missed me. If I can get away, I can... Oh, adrenaline, baby! Yeah, so we finished the last gen. So I got my adrenaline, I got my speed. And I got rid of the birds. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, she found me again. Woo! But luckily we got that speed boost and we got the heal of full health state. Ace is working on the door. Oh my god. Oh my god, he got the door. He got the door. Ace opened the door. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh dude, the door's open. And that's how you escape in Dead by Daylight, guys. Let's get out of here. Oh my god, that was intense. Alright guys, somehow we're spawning on the exact same map. But that was probably the most good, best, awesome first demo game we could have asked for. We literally used all of the perks and got to showcase them all beautifully. So if this hasn't convinced you guys that this is a pretty epic beginner build, I don't know what will. So like last time, we're going to get to work on these deja vu gens because we got that extra speed and we want to break the 3 gen. So now that we've discussed the basics, we can talk about some more. Oh, we can see the killer in the distance over there. Looks like it's a Wraith. So the Wraith is a stealth killer. He can go invisible. We do need to watch out for that. He is going to be taking out the trash. Quentin joke, LOL. So we're going to work on this gen. There's a pallet right behind me. Another thing you can do as you get better at this game is always make sure you have a plan. Like if the killer comes up to you on a gen, which direction are you going to run? For me, it's probably the pallet behind me. Or maybe the shack. There's usually a pallet over there and some windows and stuff you can use to loot. But that's basically Dead by Daylight in a nutshell, guys. Waste the killer's time as much as you can to get the gens done, get them all done, and escape. Now, there is a rare situation where if you're the last survivor alive against the killer, there will actually be a hatch that opens up that will spawn randomly somewhere on the map. And, oh, you're leaving scratch marks. Where's the Wraith at? And in that kind of a situation, you'll see it. If you watch my first guide, there's I actually get a hatch match against the doctor, and I escape through the hatch, which is pretty epic. Oh, there's the killer. So we done goofed up. He's definitely kind of be coming for me. A little strategy you can do here is just kind of hug the pallet. Oh, did he not see me? All right, we got the stun. Perfect. So now we got to run away. See if he commits to chasing us. They're going for the rescue. He's either going to come for me or the rescue. Oh, we got him twice! He's mad. He's so mad. Bolt. Oh, I'll take one hit there. Oh my god, that was great. He's behind me. Ooh, I don't think we make it. Ooh, yeah, we're going down. Some decent plays by us, though. Some cute little plays. We did stall some time. We did dodge them a few times. I'm pretty proud of that performance. Teammates are getting a second gen done, so we got 3 gens left to go. And we're 2 hooks in. So far, this game is going better than the artist game was going for us. Because last game, we were getting clapped pretty quickly. Alright. So now we just gotta wait for one of my teammates to come get me off the hook. And then we go back to gens. Heal up, gens, rinse and repeat. Looks like the Wraith is actually pretty close by my hook here. So now there is one more thing I can tell you about. If you look down, there you'll see the take chance to unhook option. You can actually take a risk to jump off the hook in a high pressure situation. I highly recommend you don't do that. It's only a 3% chance of success, but if the killer actually camps the hook, the meter right below the take chance to unhook will go up, and if it goes up the entire way, you actually get a free unhook. So it's kind of a anti-camp mechanic, so that way in case killers are staying next to the hook, you'll be able to jump off for free. And then another thing I forgot to mention is whenever you guys get unhooked, for 10 seconds, you will have the endurance status effect and the haste status effect. So you will actually run a little quicker. And we gotta hide real quick for a second. but you're actually going to run a little quicker after you get unhooked, and then for 10 seconds you'll have endurance, which means you can take a hit. So you see he's actually looking for me, but he doesn't know I'm here since I stopped revealing my scratch marks by walking. Now I will say 99% of the time you guys are better off running, but once you require some game sense, then it becomes okay to actually walk. Because in that situation it paid off, but normally you'll just be shooting yourself in the foot by walking. Like, don't walk to save your sprint burst, just use it, trust me. Alright, he's back, we gotta go. So we don't actually know he's tunneling her. We need a body block, so if you see she's on death hook already, you don't want your teammate on death hook to die. So since he's going straight for her, I'm gonna just try and take the pressure off her and body block. He's still chasing her. Is he? No, he went for someone else. As long as it's not Michaela. Now I need to actually find her and heal her. Where did she run off to? Also, our sprint burst is almost 99%ed. If you noticed, our perk sprint burst says it causes exhausted after we use it for 40 seconds, which means we can't use an exhaustion perk while we're exhausted. But if you see how my thing looks right now, where my meter is really close to actually being reset, like if I take my hand off the run button for a split second, I'll get my sprint burst back. I don't want to waste it yet. But that's what 99ing your sprint burst means, and when you do that, you can save your sprint burst to use it when you need it the most. Like, let's say the killer comes for me, he's right over here. Whenever he uncloaks, I can just run off with my sprint burst. Oh, there he is. But I think I'm gonna just prioritize doing these gens instead. That feels way more important. But now we got our sprint burst back. Alright, crash course. Talked about exhaustion too. There's a ton of other status effects in the game as well, guys, that impact how you play DBD. I would recommend just look them up as you go. Don't worry too much about it. Only one gen left for us to do. And it's over here, actually. Oh, there's Michaela. So I need to heal my teammates. I'm gonna use my sprint burst. If you heal with multiple people, you actually heal up quicker. So Michaela's on death hook. She needs to be the one to run away. But we also got to get our teammate off the hook here. Alright, looks like Quentin's gonna go help her. As long as we don't lose Michaela, we're still in a decent spot. Got visual on the 3 gens with Deja Vu. Feels pretty good. Get our homeboy off the hook. I think we can heal him up real quick. Or does he want to go straight to the gen? Alright, we'll heal him up. I haven't had to use my medkit yet, so Trash is going to be going down and getting hooked. Michaela's working on the last gen. So if we can just stall some time, I think we'll be alright. So my plan is going to go straight for that unhook as fast as possible, because I know he's going for the gen Michaela's working on, way in the back. But if I unhook him, he'll probably come back towards the hook. Looks like Michaela's off the gen now, so I'm assuming the killer's in that area. Oh, we actually found interesting. We'll heal up at the hook then. Looks like Nick Cage's going to be in chase. Michaela is back on the generator. Okay, Cage going down. They're over here. Alright, Michaela should totally be able to finish that gen, because we're way over here. So I'm going to hang by to get the rescue. So he's going to run off. I'm going to wait until he gets some distance. And then I'm going to do the unhook so he comes back to the hook. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I want them to do the gen. So I'm hoping he's going to come back for the hook, but he might go straight for the gen. We'll see. Nope. Oh, they got the gen done. We got adrenaline. And let's run. So you'll notice that the exit gates do appear briefly whenever you pop the last gen, so you can see where they're at. Unfortunately, killer's got a perk to block the doors. So I'm gonna hide in the locker here for a second. Oh, okay. Let's see if he checks this one. Oh no, he is checking it. That's actually unfortunate. What? Oh no, he's gonna Mori me. I'm not on Death Hook yet. Oh no, he's got Hex Devour Hope. Well, that's Dead by Daylight, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, here I'll show you the perk he used. So that's actually one of the killer perks. I didn't realize that actually went off at the end of the game there. So he got to just kill me, which is fine. Killers can do that sometimes. Oh, it was not Hex Devour Hope. It was actually Rancor. Oh, that's hilarious. The obsession's exposed and you can kill them. Oh, my bad. That wasn't actually Devour Hope. It was Rancor. Okay, guys. Now, on to the advanced build I think you guys should be working towards. So the beginner build is great. By all means, get your games in, level up, get some blood points. It's an amazing build to use. But once you get some more time in the game and you're looking to unlock your next character, I will highly recommend that you unlock Kate Denson because of her perk Windows of Opportunity. Windows of Opportunity allows you to see all vaultable pallets, breakable walls, and vault locations within a 32-meter range. We discussed the benefits of looping and wasting the killer's time so you can stall time for your teammates to do generators to escape. Well, if you have Windows, you never have to worry about knowing where to run to. This makes a horrible looper decent, a decent looper great, and a great looper a god, and a god tier looper something you don't even want to mess with. So I would highly recommend getting Windows Opportunity and unlocking Kate, but I would also recommend unlocking Dwight, who's actually one of the free characters. So if you level him up, at least to Prestige 1, you'll be able to get his perk Bond on every character, which is pretty solid because it lets you see all survivors' auras within 36 meters of you. So let's go back to the advanced build I'm talking about here. Where you at, Kate? Where you at? So this build is a step up from the build we just used. We've got Deja Vu, like we mentioned earlier, so we can see the gens, do them quicker. Instead of Kindred, we're actually using Bond, which I like because Bond stays active 24/7. So you can always see your teammates within 36-meter range of you. So you can see if they're injured, if they need to be healed, if you need to find them to heal you. Bond makes playing this game incredibly, incredibly easy. Highly recommend. But you could use Kindred here if you don't want to level up Bond and you want to go straight for Kate. That's fine too. Windows Opportunity, trust me, once you put this perk on, Dead by Daylight is going to just completely change and you're going to notice you win a lot more games than you were winning just because you never have to worry about looping or stress to find a pallet. And then the last perk in this build, guys, you can use Sprint Burst or an Exhaustion perk like you did earlier. But I actually like Will Make It, especially as you get better at being altruistic and helping your teammates. Will Make It will increase your healing speed by 100% for 90 seconds. This perk is also found in the Bloodweb, so you will get it naturally just by playing the game. And this turns your 16-second heal into a 8-second heal. So this is very good for resetting your teammates after you save them, but also lasts 90 seconds. So odds are you can usually get 2 or 3 heals out of it and be very beneficial to helping your teammates. But the last choice is yours. I recommend Will Make It or an Exhaustion perk. But this is a more advanced build that I would recommend you work towards. And the best thing about this build is that it almost plays the game for you. You get to see so much intel that you're really never worrying or stressing about what's the right thing to do in a lot of these decisions. So that way you can focus on actually learning the intricacies of the game, you know, the perks. What do all the perks do? What do all the killers do? Etc., etc. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this guide, please smash the like button, comment down below, and let me know if you found value in it. Subscribe to the channel, and consider hitting that super thanks button if you really got a lot of value out of this video. But I love you guys. I will see you all on the next one. I'm out.